Hey guys, it's Scripter and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to animate in Blender 2.9. So we have the default cube in Blender already, so I'm not going to be using animating an actual rig. That's a little different. This is just going to be a beginner. I'm just going to delete the light in the cube. But if you did want to animate a rig, you can go over to add, and down here in armature you can add a single bone, an animal, or just a basic human rig. So I'm just going to insert in also a basic human rig. And you can see down here we have the rig. And the more complex rigs have face features, hands, and different things like that. Or you can add animals. So I'm going to go back to add armature and animals. I'm going to add in a wolf, and we can move that up so we can see it. And you can see you have a basic wolf. It doesn't have any of the exterior features, but you have what you mainly use to animate it. So I'm just going to delete that again. And to animate, pretty self-explanatory, but at the top there's animation. You're going to click on that. On the left you can see the cube in a different form. Usually it's the camera view, but since I've deleted the camera, it just shows it like that. And here is the layout, what you'll actually use. And down here is the keyframes. So before I begin, you can actually go up here to scene, and you can change the frame start. So if you wanted to start at a different place, where it ends, and the frames per second. So if you just want to change that, depending on how fast you want your animation to go. So to start off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the cube and push I. And when I push I, you can see there's location, rotation, scale, location and rotation, and just different things. So for now I'm going to do location, and it marks it on the dope sheet, and I'm just going to move it over about 20 keyframes, and I'm going to push M or G. I like to use G. I'm going to use GX for the x-axis, move it about there, click, and then I'm going to do I again, and location. So now we can play the animation, and you can see it moves. So now what we can do is we can go to the 40th keyframe, and let's move it on the z-axis, so GZ. I can move it up a bit, and I'll rotate it on the y-axis just like that. Now I'll push I and location and rotation, so we can go back. But since we don't have the original rotation marked, we can just set that so it's RY and get it to about how it was before. I, location and rotation. So you can see it starts to rotate throughout it. So when we push play, you can see it rotates and moves. And you'll see that the animation will keep replaying. And if you go to the render window, you can have render image, which we'll use in the camera, or render animation, render audio. So I'm just going to click render animation, but since there's no camera, I won't be able to render it. So you have to have a camera in the scene. And you can change the scale, so let's stop the animation. And let's set the scale to, let's go I, and we can do location, rotation, and scale. And then we could go over here and let's size it just in general. You can push I, location, rotation, and scale. So we could play the animation from the beginning. You can see it grows in size, it rotates, and the position changes. And at the top left in the scene right here, you can see it shows the frames per second and the keyframes that are going by. And that is how you animate in Blender 2.9. I hope this helped. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.